Hi, and welcome to today's video where I'm reclined in my bed. Why am I reclined in your bed, you may ask? Because I have a bad back and it has been bad for the last 10 days. So I know reclining in this twisted position isn't probably the best for my back, but it's better than standing and it's better than sitting up. So it is a bit of a compromise just so I can get this video out. I do have an empties which I should have filmed again. I haven't because I've not been too good. But without further ado, I'll show you the items that I've got. And here it is. It is the Harrods Fragrance, 12 Days of Fragrance Advent Calendar for 2023. So this bad boy cost £175. And there are 12 compartments with the perfumes in. And the contents are, according to Harrods, are in excess of £1,100. This is the second advent calendar. Last year was the first one, and the colourway was burgundy, red and gold, and it looked very similar to this, very similar layout, and it was £150, and the contents were worth over £800. I didn't get last year's. I had the opportunity to. I saw it online, but it was more oud based. And the one perfume that I did like from there, which was by I can't think of the name, Christian Louboutin, and it was Louis Rouge. Not my favourite Louboutin, but it was a nice one, and that has a big top and it's easy to knock off, and a lot of people had their contents decanted all over the box. So I'm not sure I've got one in one piece. So I didn't think it was worth it for that perfume, although it was a very expensive advent calendar. This one, I thought there was more perfumes I would like. Let me show you the inside. There it is. And it has a little saying inside, and it has Harrods, as long as you love me, so let it glow, let it glow, let it glow. So it sounds as if it's something you give to a loved one, a lover or whatever. And maybe that's what you would do. Give it to a husband, give it to a wife, your partner, whatever. I gifted it to myself. In fact, Mr. Bear's going to buy it for me, he said, but I think we're going to split the contents. But technically, I purchased it at the time. So what happened was that I thought they might release one. It was released in November last year, so I wasn't expecting it. But on YouTube, a few YouTubers were mentioning that, or one in particular was mentioning that it was coming out. And then I went on to Harrods and it showed you the contents, but not the sizes. And I thought, oh, well, there's a perfume that I really do like, and there's another I want to try. So you had to be a member of the beauty club, which I was. And I don't know, I found out the time it was released. And I think it was 9 o'clock on the 3rd. Bought it there and then, no problems going through checkout. But I believe we later found out it was sold out within the hour. And then there was a lot of rumours it was going to be relaunched again to the public on the 1st of September, which was yesterday, which it was. And then it was sold out again within the hour. So whether there'll be any more launches, I don't know, because some companies trickle and every week or so they'll launch more every month. So fingers crossed if you're interested. If not, if you just want to see what's in it, I'm going to stick along and I'm going to show you. So I'll go through. Did I show you the boxes? They're very, very cute in here. There they are. So I'm going to close that and put it over here. It was very, very heavy. Now, when I bought it, it said the first launch, it said that the first lot are going to be sent out on the 4th of September. So this is the second. Got it today. But it was delivered on my porch outside that was visible to others that could have taken it. So there was a lot of money's worth that could have gone missing. Fortunately, it didn't, because it was in a brown box that didn't say Harrods written on the front, which was a bonus. But I'll go through the items, and I'm sorry I'll be looking away because I've got a book that I've got notes which I got from Fragrantica, all but one. There's one that isn't listed in Fragrantica, so I'm going to list down, some figures that I've worked out on the cost. Now, most of these items are unique in size to Harrods, so it's difficult to get a price, because price for mil, as you size down, you pay more money per mil. That's just the way it goes. So I've had to make a guess. So I'm sure you'll bear with me. So the first item I got, let me find it, is by Byredo, and it is Gypsy Water Eau de Parfum, and it has Eau de Natural spray, so that indicates it's a spray. But when you open it up very carefully, because it will fall out, so when you open this box, I suggest you open it on somewhere cushioned, like kneel down on a carpet and open it, or put it on a bed or on a couch where it won't drop anywhere because they could smash. This isn't well packaged. But anyway, it's only 8ml, and I would say that it is a little miniature. So it's of Gypsy water. And the very first range of Byredos were all clear waters. That was what they were going for. That was their aesthetic. More recently, they've gone for coloured waters that I think must be the extract of the perfume, but I'm not sure. They've got some quite jazzy colours. The problem, my issue with Byredo, and I can't see it better than a perfumer said to me, that Byredo, and he also mentioned La Labo and Diptyque were for people who don't really like perfume. And I think it's because they tend to be a little bit more than slightly fragrance water, unlike colognes and eau de toilettes, which are stronger. Now, this is an eau de parfum, but it's got very little fragrance to it. But there are people that may be very sensitive to fragrances and only want a little wash, but it certainly doesn't last more than, 5 minutes, or as fast as you can eat a small box of Maltesers or a small bag of Maltesers. I don't know, not very long. So not unpleasant, but not long lasting. So I don't, if it was a cheap house, then you think fair enough, but not when you're paying £180, £200 for 100ml. No, thank you. So anyway, it's £22. That's the cheapest item in the box, and it's 8ml eau de parfum, and it's supposed to be unisex. I'd say it's slightly more feminine than masculine, and it has juniper berry, lemon, pepper, and pine needles. So there again, it's quite fresh, and I think balsamic and a bit, masculine leaning. It's got incense, ossoris root, and a base of vanilla, sandalwood, and amber. But then very, very ozonic and watery, which is what this range is. The next item is a travel size. It's 30ml, but it's quite a big size. I'm not sure whether it is the 30 standard travel or whether it is the replacement one, because the positioning of the spray, if it's off-centre, it should have a different type of fitting it goes into. I'm not so sure because I've not opened it. But anyway, it's worth around £45, and it is the Eccentric Molecule number 4, which is Patchouli. Now, is it the Super ISO Super E is the number 1, which is a basic molecule which is used to project perfumes or to boost, ramp up fragrances. I can detect it. A lot of people can't, and it smells like water or it smells like nothing. To me, it does have quite a strong chemical smell, as does this. It has an artificial patchouli scent, because I got one of these last year in an advent calendar, opened it up, and it wasn't the worst scent I'd ever tried, but I certainly didn't like it, so I passed it on. So this I'm going to leave sealed up. Not all of these were sealed up, only a few were, but this one was. So it's going to be passed on. So then this is just patchouli fragrance, and it's like a moderate strength. How long it lasts, I don't know. I could smell it a long time when I sprayed it on me because I really don't like it. I could detect it. Day 3 is by Roja Perfumes, which is a UK brand, and the perfumer is Roja Dove. He does some very, very expensive, perfumes, some of the most expensive in the world. He has produced, and by himself and in collaboration with others. Now, this perfume is called, it's by Roja Perfumes, Elysium Pour Intense, 10ml, 2023, worth £60. So obviously 100ml, as you can work up, is £600. Now, he actually has a shop next door to Harrods, and he's had a shop for nearly 40 years. And I had the good fortune to meet Mr. Roja Dove in the last 20 years in Kendall's, because this, at the time, it was owned by House of Fraser, which is the same, it was owned by Harrods. So he was there, and he had a stand, and he was doing a temporary pop-up store mixing perfumes for people. Obviously very expensive at the time, and I had lots of other things going on where I really couldn't afford to have some perfume blended, but he was a gent, very, very knowledgeable. Now his perfumes are exquisite, and there isn't many critique in fight. He's sublime in his mixing, because he is a nose, he creates his own perfumes. So this one is a fresh, aquatic, slightly spicy eau de parfum that's masculine, I would say, masculine leaning. It's aromatic. It's got rhubarb, grapefruit, artemis, thyme, musk, lavender, blackcurrant, white floral, musk, galbanum, pepper, cedar, and leather. So yeah, it is quite a fresh masculine one. I don't like fresh fragrances on men. Perhaps if you're coming from a gym, it could be something you splash on. But for £600 for a 100ml bottle, you'd be thinking, well, I don't really want to splash a lot on. But if you don't care much for it, you don't mind splashing it around. So I'll give it a try probably, but I'm going to pass this on to Mr. Bear, who said it's not going to be a favourite, but he'll use it sometime. So, yes, it's inoffensive, I would say. I think it's one that really wouldn't cause a lot of offence because of its watery nature. So, it is a reblend because I think the other wasn't received as well, although I'll say it's perhaps a bit more challenging. But this, I haven't smelled the previous version. But, yeah, this is something that I think many people would appeal to many people. The next one is by a house that's been going about 20 odd 30 years by. It's Montale. I think it started in the 1990s. And it's quite unusual in its presentation. It has the symbol of Montale on the bag. It's just not ideal to be in a bag because it has Montale has its own unique presentation. And what it is, it's a metal container, which means the perfume always smells metallic because it's not lined. Really, perfume should be in glass to stop the container affecting the content. So anyway, this has got a clip which goes around the collar. And if the clip is off, you can spray the perfume. The clip is on, you can't. And it's got a medallion, which is on all of the perfumes. Now, it's difficult for this to stand up because the medallion is so heavy. But on the bigger bottles, which are rounder, the balance is better, I would say. Now, the original bottle is black with a horse on, so it is more masculine in presentation. This size is just for this calendar. And it's 20ml and it's £25. I think they're normally 100ml, this company. So what I will say, it is quite a powerful beast. This has come off. So that's why I don't like the clip. I don't like the way this company arranges their bottles. It's something I do not like because they always come off. Also, this company are well known not to use many natural ingredients, mainly artificial, which is good if you have sensitivities to natural ingredients. But for others, it's a problem. But yes, this is quite a strong fragrance. How long it'll perform? Because lots of people say it's beast mode when you spray it, but it doesn't last long. So who knows? So I shall give you my thoughts on it. What it says, it is Arabians Tonka Unisex Eau de Parfum 20ml, released in 2019. That is worth £25. It has saffron, bergamot, oud, rose, tonka, sugarcane, amber, musk, and oak moss. What I will say, when you first spray it, you get this sudden smell. It's like candy floss or cotton candy. And then within a few seconds, it dies away. I'm then left with quite a spicy, strong fragrance. It also has a chocolatey, there it is, come off again, a chocolatey and a coffee note, quite strong, dark coffee, black coffee note, that's what I would say. And it's quite aromatic and earthy. So I think it's more masculine than feminine. I'll give it a go, but I think I will then end up giving it away to Mr. Bear. I'd say it's better used in autumn and winter, and it's better not used in close quarters like the cinema because it could offend some people. Particularly don't like the coffee notes, which I'm detecting, though it's not saying it is in, but I'm glad to have that perfume. The next one is the standout one. It should be day 12 instead of day 5, but that's just my opinion. And it is a very special one, and it's got Harrods on the front. And it's got a faux suede, a little bag, and it's got the house emblem of the house on the front. So I shall take this out. So this is it hasn't been around that long, I don't think, as a brand, or at least not in the UK, and it is called Tiziana Terenzi. So the perfume is called Harrods Kuma. So it's actually called Harrods Kuma. So this is only sold in Harrods, nowhere else in the world, and it's only sold in 100 ml. So this is a limited edition 50 ml for the Advent calendar. It's got the emblem on. It's glass. It's got a plastic top. Now the 100 ml is £400 or 395. So the 50 ml isn't half the price. It's generally 2/3 of the price or 3/5, somewhere around that. So this would retail around £250 to £300. So there you go. Boom, boom. Get that. It's the price of the calendar, and you wouldn't be able to try it out unless you went to London. So it's a win-win, really. So this one is a bit of a beast. Again, be very careful who you sit with wearing it, because it could cause offence because of its strength. So this one is quite an aromatic, quite an Eastern sort of earthy, aromatic fragrance. That's what I get. I'm not sure if it's masculine, feminine. It's just so strong. It probably will decompress on the skin and perform wonderfully. But it's an extractor perfume, not an eau de parfum, so it's stronger than eau de parfum. It's got passion fruit, cassis, lemon, bergamot, raspberry, fig leaf, magnolia, lily of the valley, cinnamon, vanilla bean, vanilla flower, birch, sandalwood, amber, oak and musk. So this is a bit of a beast. I would imagine this would be long lasting on the skin. It is unisex. If I had to pick, what would I say? I don't know, because of its spiciness. I really don't know. But I'm going to give it a try and see if I like it. I'm not sure Mr. Bear would like anything this strong. How long it performs, whether it'll perform 8 or 10 hours or 12 hours, I don't know. But I'm going to give this a try. But I think it's better for autumn and winter months. Possibly winter when it's very, very cold and it won't project too much. Right. Though I think that would be for Middle Eastern market mainly. I think that's what it's for. The next item, I'm looking down, I'm sorry, is here. It is in another, I just love it when they give you little bags. This little voile bag in orange, which doesn't quite go with contrast, but I like it. And this one is by Ormonde Jayne, and it's called Montabaco Verano, sorry. And so there is a Montabaco, but the Verano, this one is a newer version of it. So this is quite top heavy. It's got a very heavy top, but this is 30 ml and it is worth £90. But the full size would be that tall, the same width, but about that tall. So it balances itself a lot better. This is a special size that is for Harrods. It's 30 ml. It's classed as unisex. I would say it's more masculine. It's a watery, ozonic, masculine, aftershavey sort of scent. It's grapefruit, Cashmerian, tobacco, suede, leather, wood and woodsy notes. All I get on first spray or sniff is kumquat. That's all I get. The outer and the inner parts, the fleshy part and the skin of the kumquat. And a bit of... a bit of a blue, ozonic, alcohol-y note. That's all I will say. But I'm sure it opens up lovely on the skin, so I'm going to give that a try. If it's not for me, I'm going to pass that over to Mr. Bear. But like I said, neither of us are really into the... There's only certain ozonic ones I like, and this doesn't strike me as one I may, but you never know. Give it a try. It could perform beautifully, because I do like the house. It's a London brand. It's been going just a few years, and it has... there is... a stand in Selfridges in Manchester, and although I did try that one, it wasn't my favourite, but I certainly am glad to have one from that house. Number 7 is the one that cinched it for me, why I got this calendar, and it is, I'm going to reach over, and it is Parfumes D'Marly, and it is my absolute favourite from that house, and it is Delina, the original, the wonderful. So this one is 30ml and it's worth £130. There it is. Now, the contents are beautiful. The bottle is a bit too Louis the 15th or 16th of Paris, in Versailles. It's a bit rococo, a bit over the top for me. But obviously a lot of people do like it. It's got the same heavy top as the original, as the full size does. And the bottle's heavy, so it's not really for handbag. But I think it's because the full size at £200 is quite expensive, so they've brought this small one out, so more people, it can be accessible to more people. But I do actually have the full size because I got that in 2018 for my birthday, but I got it a few months before. And from Mr. Bear, I love it, love it, love it. One of my it's just such a remarkable, unique perfume. A lot of people know the scent because a lot of people wear it. Now, I shall give you the fragrance notes. It's got rhubarb, lychee, Turkish rose, lily of the valley, peony, bergamot, nutmeg, vanilla, white musk, cashmerian, cedarwood and incense. Boom, perfect. Now, for some people, the rhubarb, lychee, nutmeg, incense was too much. So they removed those notes and I made a blender version, which is still called Delina, the slightly different name. I would go in store and ask, this is the original. I would look on the description, does it have lychee and rhubarb in? This one does. So this one in this is the original. Yes. I think it's called Royal Exclusive, I think was the original. Let me just get this right. And then there was another, something Essence. I think it was called Royal Exclusive, the original. And then there was an Essence for the other one. I'm not sure. They might have changed its name again. But this is the original D'Marly, made in France. Natural spray, eau de parfum. Amazing. So I'm glad I've got two. Because this for 130, it's only 130, it's only £45 more. And then I've got the box. So, that one is a feminine perfume. But like I say, anyone can wear it. The next one is by Bulgari, and it is the Allegra. So the Allegra, let me get that, is a set. Where is it? Here it is, in a lovely little pouch that has Bulgari written on, and it's got love hearts, and it's even got, look, it's got a little pink flamingo on. So it's obviously quite Italian. It's got the Roman Colosseum up there. Anyway, so this is a perfume that was out in 2022, so it's new, and it's Allegra. Now, this one is quite unusual. It looks like a bonbon. Now, there's two variants. You can either have a purple glass with the contents in with red at the ends, or you can have red with purple. So it's two different bonbons, and they are the Allegra. There's two different variants, like I say, the red and the blue. So I've got them here. They're worth £29 each, and they're not the easiest to open, I will say, but there's the blue one, and it's purple, and it's a blue floral, in that violet and iris are blue florals, or classed under blue, and it's quite appropriate, that colour. And it has amber, iris, violet, spicy, earthy, aromatic. And the red one, the same year, is got gardenia, vanilla and amber, so it's less challenging. So I've actually got that one, so I'll get that one out. What I would say, the gardenia is going a bit bubble gummy, which is the same as tuberose tends to go. So it's not the best mix, I would say. But it's pleasant. It is pleasant enough. I'd say both of these run feminine, good all year rounder. But anyone can wear anything they want. That's what I will say. So yeah, I'm really pleased to wear them because I do like both of them. So if I go on to day 9, day 9 is another UK brand. And I'm glad they have put quite a lot of UK companies in. And these were out in 2013, and it's called Thameen, Thameen of London. This is carved oud. So when they launched in 2013, they had a number of fragrances. I think they've added the odd one and two since then. They run very masculine, and they offer the Middle Eastern market. And the reason I know they're for the Middle East market is the sales assistants have told me, and they have a store within Selfridges, and also because they've catered to it by taking the alcohol out. The main body of the perfume is like alcohol. It's alcohol that's been slightly altered, so it's no longer alcohol. It won't be called alcohol. My partner is a chemist, so he said, yeah, they've just done a very slight adjustment. So basically, it acts very much the same. So this one is called carved oud, and it is just oud. It's a full-bodied oud. Is it the worst oud I've ever tried? No. Is it I'm not an oud fan. So it's supposed to be oud and patchouli. I like both of them the same, which means I don't like them. But I'll give it a try, and if not, I'll this 10ml, which is worth £30, I'll pass on to, and it's quite sticky, I'll pass it on to Mr. Bear, although he does not like Middle Eastern perfumes or ouds, but I shall give it, I'll see if I'll give it, if he can mix it with something else. But it's good to try, it's good to have something new to try. So that's, like I say, is Farmine. It's unisex, and I don't know if it's eau de parfum or slightly stronger than that. It might be slightly stronger. I am not sure. It's extractor perfume, so that is stronger again than eau de parfum. So it is a bit of a beast, is what I'm going to say. The next one, day 10, is one I was really looking forward to, and that is because it's the house of Xerjoff, which is an Italian brand. I've been into this house for a long time, and it has my favourite incense perfume, and it is 1861 Zafiro, as in the wind, the Zephyr. So this is full size. This is the original shape of the bottles. They're not a very old company. They're about 15 years old or so, maybe 20. And that was the original packaging. They changed that. Very heavy glass. It's not quite as heavy anymore, but it's more rounded. Now, this one is a limited edition only for Harrods, because they don't sell these tiny little bottles. It's 15ml of absolute wonderfulness. And here it is. It's 15ml, 100ml. So it's tiny, right? And it's obviously lighter in, you get them in lighter in colour because obviously they're smaller. But this one is Starlight. Now, I would expect it to be very, very bright and airy. It isn't. It isn't at all. Now, they had this at Selfridges when I went last year, but it was all gone, and I was just sniffing at the lid after I'd tried about 1,000 other perfumes. I kid you not. So basically, what it is it's top notes. It's got cardamom and bergamot, then cinnamon, almond, cloves, amber and cedar. Now, you do get a real hit of cardamom, cinnamon, cloves, and then almond. But it's a complete rush. So it's spicy. It's like you've gone into somewhere like a restaurant, an Indian restaurant or a Pakistani or Bangladeshi, where they would have a lot of these sorts of spices, or a spice market. Sort of like that. So it's not gourmand in any way or bread-like. It's more the natural spices. I like it. I think it's really unusual. I'm going to give it a try. It's very, very heady, and again, one that I wouldn't use in a lift. I think it's, but I'm going to. It's to be. I think it's better for autumn and winter. So I'm going to really want to try that one, because just something about it. I really do like the fragrance, but I don't think it represents Starlight to me. I think it, but again, their perfumes tend to be quite challenging in nature. But I do like that House of Xerjoff. And again, that one is £71 for 15ml, so it is an expensive company. And it was produced in 2019, and it's an eau de parfum, but they tend to work very, very strongly, the Xerjoff. The next one is Les Eaux Primordiales. So this is a French company. It doesn't come in a box. And here it is. It is sublime, and it's called Superose. This is not listed in Fragrantica. It was released in 2022, and as it's explains, it's Superose. Now, some of the companies or one company that does really projected single notes or a couple of notes based would be Floral Street, that's of London. No, this is a very different beast. It's very, very well blended. It's absolutely beautiful. This is the find of the box for me. It's 30ml. It's worth £68. Now, it's called Superose. It's supposed to have peach, pear, lychee, rose, saffron, patchouli, vanilla, white musk. Now, for me, it's more rose and saffron, but it does, maybe it's a lychee or pear, but it's amazing, utterly amazing, the opening. I think it would unfold the more you wear it. I think it's a bit of a beast, because it's a beast mode. Again, be careful. I wouldn't wear it in confined spaces. Give it a try, perhaps on your own, because, like with a lot of these, if they're too strong, it may offend other people, and not everybody likes rose. This is stunning, so I'm very, very pleased. That has made it more than worth these two items have certainly worth more than the value of the box. So I'm really, really pleased. Day 12, the final one, I wish it wasn't day 12, I think it should be swapped with day 5, is Maison Francis Kurkjian, and it's a 2019 release, and it's 2 perfumes that released at the same time, and I think they're out to Parfum, and it has My Wardrobe, it's called, and it has Fluidity. It's just got gentle fluidity. So basically, as it says, these are watery, ozonic fragrances, much like the rest of the house, which have been very popular. But I think the easy pleasers, Francis Kurkjian, I think is cornered the market in expensive, easy pleasing perfume. I don't think he really pushes the envelope out in any way. It's just okay, his perfumes, and I certainly wouldn't pay the price point that he asks. But this is Fluidity Silver, which is supposed to smell like gin, a gin frappe. To me, it just smells like gin with juniper berry. And it's supposed to have nutmeg, amber, and juniper berry. So it reads more masculine than feminine, I would say, on the skin. It's perhaps good as a splash after you've been to the gym or something and had a shower. It's just very, very fresh. This, and it is more masculine than feminine, but it is unisex. This one is slightly more feminine leading, and it's Fluidity Gold. And I've tried both of these in the store. This one is slightly more ambery in colour. The only thing that annoys me about this is they don't have a top, because I think these are to go into a container made by this house, by Maison Francis Kurkjian, and it locks in, just like other companies such as Kilian. It has its own travel dispenser. So yeah, this really should have come with its carrier, because you just can't stop this accidentally pressing. Do you know what I mean? If it was in your bag, it would have to go in something. But that's just the only gripe that I have here. But it's this one is 11ml. Again, they're worth £29 each, and it's vanilla, amber, woody, spicy, aromatic, sweet with nutmeg, juniper, and coriander. So it is called an amber vanilla. That's its signature. And it is with an ozonic note, slightly spicy but very, very watery, and not offensive and not particularly strong. So yeah, nice enough to have. So they are my thoughts. Let me know your thoughts down below. Now, hopefully another batch will be available. Like I say, I think there's something for everyone, but I'm not sure someone will like everything in here. You know, I think it's, it does have a good range, a better range than it did last year, because it was oud rich, but there is quite a lot of oud in there because it is the fashionable thing. But like I say, it has. I'm very, very pleased. The standout newbie is this for me, but I will use quite a lot of the others, if not Mr. Bear will. But like I say, let me know your thoughts. Otherwise, can I say thank you very much for watching and seeing me lying down here like the Queen of Sheba, but with a bad back. I'm sure she didn't have a bad back. But like I say, thank you for watching. I do appreciate your time. It is valuable. And hopefully I shall see you very, very soon. Otherwise, take care of yourselves and